Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto my channel today, and it gives me great joy to observe you are viewing this video. I'm Professor Olayinka Akanle. I am a lecturer in the university. On this channel, I do a number of stuff for capacity building to teach research and sociology. These capacities are very important. Capacities in research, capacities in sociology, and I drop videos on this as regularly as possible to build capacity of my viewers and subscribers. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and click subscribe on your screen right now to join my family of subscribers. Today, political economy analysis. Political economy analysis. This is a very important framework model for analyzing change. Don't forget, when people talk about political economy, analysis, it simply means the process, the framework to analyze change. People are interested in change. Why is this way, and what can be done to change the situation, especially in development practice, even in politics. Or you also want to understand why the situation is the way it is. But in terms of development projects and interventions, these are projects and policies and plans that want to have change towards a particular direction. If it's just academy or in politics or in some other systems, they may want to understand the current situation and how to perpetuate the current situation. So it depends on what you want to use political economy analysis for. So PEA, we call it for short, to analyze change in development programming and to explain the current scenario or to perpetuate the current scenario towards understanding of a particular situation. So it depends on what you are using it for. But essentially, we want to understand how the current situation is, why and how it is, and how changes can be effected or driven, or how the current situations can be maintained if it's favorable to the prevailing actors. So what are the situations influencing the current situation, and what are the situations that can influence change towards a particular direction? Generally speaking, political economy analysis have to do with understanding the interaction between the economic systems, both at the macro and micro level, and the political systems at the macro and micro level. The consequences of the interaction, the implications of the interaction, the influences of the interaction, how this affects the current situation we have, and how we might have change, or how we can maintain the status quo. So when you say political economy, you're talking about the interaction, the intersections of politics or political systems, political institutions, and the economic institutions. So you want to know, these are very important institutions. I have a video on Marxism on this channel. I will drop another video on the economy as a social institution. I have a video on politics as a social institution or political institution on this video. View it. So we believe that politics have an essentially important implication, influence on the economy, and the economy also have fundamental impact on politics or political system. So how these impacts, the symbiotic impacts, what are their implications, and how do they impact human action, human behaviors, and prevailing situations? So, and this is very important. So, and because the interaction of the economy and politics affect human behavior, affect society, and affect policies, affect programs, and we have to, all social institutions interact, but the interaction of politics and economy, the interactions are very profound, because politics is about authoritative allocation of value, and the economy is about production of value, productive activities, and policies from the economy definitely will have implications for how the economy operates. And the ownership of who owns of what is important in terms of economic system as productive activity will also impact power struggle and policy making at that level. So the symbiotic relationships, these relationships are very important for policy advisors, for development practitioners, for businesses, and for interested people. Because the interaction of the political system and even the economic system, we have implication for objectives, we have implication for timelines, we have implication for implementation, we have implementation for risks, we have implementation for sustainability, we have implementation for peace and conflict, We have implications for so many things, and this is very important. And when you want to do root cause analysis, then political economy analysis are very important in terms of understanding which direction we have to follow in any society that we find ourselves. Root cause analysis, when you do root cause analysis, you're also looking at how did we get to this place, and what are those things are the fundamental backgrounds affecting what we are doing. And investments, programming, all these are very important. And you can do political analysis across levels, looking at individual level, what are the political economic interactions at the individual level, at community level, at national level, at continental level, at global level. So it's actually multi-level analysis from the micro to the macro, from the macro to the micro. Because political economic interaction at the global level, don't forget in the age of globalization, will definitely impact individual and community. And what happens at the community level, at the individual level, will have implications for national and global because of these globalization processes that we have. So this level of analysis and in political economy analysis are very important. Don't forget levels of analysis. I have another video on this channel on macro and micro sociology. Also, in doing political economy analysis, you do sector analysis. You look at key sectors of the economy and the politics and the stakeholders in those and the key actors that are affecting, that are driving the economy and the political processes. You need to understand the key elements now. You have to understand the key actors. You have to understand the context of the action. What are the prevailing issues in the environment, in the society? You do context, then you have in-depth analysis. You also do historical analysis. You have to understand the history of where we are coming from. Like Hamas would say, the history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggle. That is, wherever you see today must have root in the history. If you don't understand the history of the issues, you cannot do effective political economy analysis. You also look at the preferences. What are the preferences of the key actors? What are the belief systems of the key actors? The values of the key actors, the norms, the normativities of the key actors. These are very important for us. And we also want to understand this because you want to understand how the politics and the economy in their interaction are affecting particular situation. And you also want to know what will be the political correctness or the economic correctness of any intervention that you want to do. You want to know whether the intervention will fly, will be sustainable, based on the prevailing economic situation, based on the prevailing political situation. Because if your interventions, if the situation are not properly understood within the current and future economic realities and future political dynamics or political scenarios, then the intervention will just be effort in futility, or whatever you are doing may not be ultimately acceptable, because there is something we call economic correctness at the same time political correctness. Your intervention, your situation may be economically correct, but if it's politically wrong, I've seen this happen a lot of times, even on development projects, that things that are very scientifically correct are politically incorrect, and because of that, it's thrown overboard, it's thrown away. So there are guidelines also have to follow, guidelines for effective political economy analysis. Number one, you have to assess, in-depth assessment, then you have to review the outcome of your assessment. Then you have to analyze effectively, and you analyze the gaps. What are the gaps, in prevailing the situation within your economic analysis? Then you recommend what you think should happen to drive change or to maintain the current gains and successes. Then you have to monitor the socio-economic scenarios within the framework of economic and politics, economic situation and political situation and their interaction. So you monitor over time. Then once you monitor, then you then implement. If you want to implement change forces or programs, you then implement. Then you evaluate within the political economic system. You want to evaluate the situation, then you can begin to reprogram. This is what we call, adaptive life cycle in terms of analysis, in terms of political economy, especially within the framework of development project. And you have to understand all of this, in terms of looking at the context of the situation, looking at the interest, the collective behavior, even collective interests, conflicting interests in that system. Before you can, when you look at What are the conflicting actors, conflicting interests in terms of economy, in terms of the political system. This allows you to properly align your project so that your project is not stuck in terms of the economy and political interaction in the system. So, and what is the methodology you can adopt in doing your political economy analysis? You can use primary data, you can collect data yourself, or you can use secondary data through maybe existing databases, secondary literature, and some other or existing documents to be able, even newspaper clippings. You can use all of this, and again, you can collect your primary data using questionnaire, using qualitative method and quantitative method. I have videos on this on the channel in terms of methods of data collection, key informant interview, in-depth interview, observation. I have data questionnaire, in terms of survey, archival research. I have videos, standard videos that people continue to view, focus group discussion, and the rest of them, case study or live history on this channel. And so you can use primary data, secondary data, or you can use qualitative method of data collection, quantitative method of data collection, and you gather your data and you analyze your data within the framework of economic analysis. Don't forget, your objective is to understand the political economy of the situation. That's what you are analyzing. That's what we call it political economy analysis. And if you follow this process, and this is a very important tool for understanding status quo and understanding change or possibility of change and sustainability of change and correctness of change and minimizing risk, to the project or to whatever your objective is. Till I see you in my next video, click subscribe. Bye for now.